Lost my mind to this cup, it's rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Broke my heart, tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday. Man, y'all smash that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know, my name is Jeremy Jones. What I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, y'all know we have Music Monday, which, if you guys haven't been living up under a rock, man, you pretty much already know what's going down for Music Monday. That one's probably going to be a wild one as more information and more news starts to develop and comes out about you know what. But we're going to save that all for Monday, man. We're going to talk pretty much sneaker talk on Saturday. This is pretty much sold out. I got a couple topics that I'm going to cover tonight, and then we'll be up on it about this thing, man. So pretty much sign up for that sold out Discord. The link should be pinned at the comment section, pretty much where it's free to sign up. Or of course we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out in time, most likely we're already talking about it in the sold out Discord. Shameless plug, right? Okay, as y'all coming in out, don't forget to smash the like button for the kid, and of course sub up, and then let me know if audio and visuals is looking good for you guys. The weather here is great and very, very warm, so really can't complain about that at all. Other than that, man, the main topics I want to cover tonight, I want to make sure I get all of it in, because sometimes I feel like I've been running out of time, and I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour. But first ones first, we're going to cover the Complex pretty much Kill Soul Collector to launch the Complex Bets. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not too familiar with it, but that's what this is for. We're going to learn about that tonight as well. And then we're going to be talking pretty much China still remains the dominant U.S. sneaker supplier, but there's a gap that's narrowing it. So we're going to do an update on that one. That's going to be a good one for sure for the stream. And then we got a little bit of saying Wall Street has big concerns about Nike's Q3 report. What are they going to be bringing? What are they going to be changing? So just little things like that. We're going to keep this joint nice, short, and simple and sweet, but I think about this. The sneaker market itself, it is down, right? Okay, if you look at the amount of sneakers that people are really buying versus how we were doing back in 2017, different ball game, right? Okay, right down to the content of the way people who are making sneaker content, a lot of that's died down too, man. So, but we'll get that party started. I see you, Big Money Sonny on the building, says, "What up, Polo? Salute, homie. What's Gucci? What's Gucci, bro? What's good? What's good? What's good?" But yeah, man. Tonight it's just a pretty much chill stream, but the sneaker market in general, man, is kind of one of those, to be honest, people are still copping, but to be honest, not much real heat has been coming out. And I've been saying this time and time again. I think it's a matter of different generations, right? It's a lot of factors that we can play into this, but different generations for sure, right? Then Nike really, just to keep it 100, how many times can you sell us the same exact product? You know, we keep hollering that we want to see change, but then when they do it, we don't really adapt to it. And sometimes it takes time for people to adapt to change. When you change something, we're not going to like it instantly. Sometimes you'll look back down the road too, and I do this, right? I'm guilty of this. I'll look back down the road and be like, yo, that joint actually was a pretty hot sneaker. I wish I would have copped it back then. You know, we 1, 2, 3 years in. I've done that time and time again. You see some people get dropped from Nike. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of restructuring at Nike. And I use them for an example because they're kind of like the head honchos of the sneaker community, right? Adidas them got a big footprint, but Nike them is bigger, right? Let's just keep it 100. A lot of factors that play into that. I see you, Big Money says, I just showed off a bunch of Jordan 1s this morning that I overpaid for back in the day. Times have changed, and the fact that we want new and fresh, but we don't adapt. True. Exactly, big dog. That's the thing, right? We say we want change, and then when they give us change, we're like, what the fuck is that? We want this. So I think it's not even about the delivery. It's kind of one of those, we've kind of gotten used to it. It just depends on what it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. When they hit us with those Travises, collabs. We adapted to those, and it was like, all right, cool, I fuck with them, but they're very hard to get, for certain ones anyway. Not the actual Travis sneaker, but like the Travis like sneaker collabs and stuff like that. Hit us back with that, you know what I mean? A little stuff that they can do to kind of keep things, evolving. When Off White was over there, RP to Virgil, we adapted to that, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I think we like the collab aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? And let me clarify this. Not every collab fucking hits, right? Let's just keep it 100. Not every collab hits. We've seen it where we can insert several ones in there. We can insert On My Year. When they came out the gate with a collab swinging, and then after that, to be honest, it's kind of like that. It's been hard for them to top their very, very first like Air Jordan collab, which was back in 2020, and I'm referring to the Air Jordan 3s On My Year. That one right there was something different. And, we adapted to it. And then after that, they can hit us with it but so many times, right? And then Union LA, in my opinion, dog, no disrespect, they came out swinging as well. But, I mean, not all their stuff really, once it gets out there, it's like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even remember, if we think about when they did the Dunks collabs with Union LA, a lot of people don't even remember they did like that passport themed dunks with Union LA, right? If you think about that, not many people even really remember those. You know what I'm saying? They did the Cortezes, right? But those passport dunks, like those 3 different colorways, like, no disrespect, dog. It's like, we were kind of excited about them, but I mean, to be honest, I don't think it aged well, right? If I'm going to keep it real, I don't feel like it aged well. I see you, Devon Photos in the building. Says, what's good, Polo and chat? What up, Devon? What's Gucci? Says, what up, Big Money? What up, Devon? Salutes is from Big Money. Devon says, a lot of shoes no one remembers. Yeah, not all the shoes are timeless, right? There are some timeless ones, right? No pun intended. But there are some timeless sneakers. But a lot of these collabs, man, to be honest, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We can put Tiana Taylor in there, right? Her shoes, I don't know, man. I mean, not for me, and I'm going to be respectful with it. I think she's a very talented individual, and she's very creative. But when it comes to this sneaker world stuff, man, you got to really, we're really a tough crowd, so to speak. Remember Billie Eilish? Hopefully I'm saying her name correctly because I know I always mess up that part. Honestly, none of her collabs hit for me either. You know what I mean? If I'm going to keep it real. So, yeah. Where we at real quick, Devon says, same thing I said about the Alaskans. No one is going to remember. That's what I think when it's all said and done, and I've said this too, if I can catch a pair for retail or maybe even slightly above retail, I was telling this actually to my sneakerhead coworker. I was like, yo, I'll pay a little bit extra on the resale market, but trust me, it ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, no, I'm not paying no crazy resale amount of money for a dominant white shoe like that. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. You know what I mean? No. But again, it's kind of one of those, you know what I mean? And a lot of people saying it's already not really stamped by Off-White anyway. So, I mean, to be honest, it already kind of brings down the value and the respect of the shoe, right? Big Money says, I actually messed with the passports but never copped. See, that's my thing. You liked them, right? But, I mean, you ain't cop them, you know? That's because you probably found something else you were more interested in. You like, it's probably that shoe, like, I'll go back and get it later, and then before you notice, hell, you've caught more other things other than the passports, you know? Devon says, honestly, the vines were unnecessary. Yeah, way too much on that shoe going on, respectively. I don't even see the point of that. You know what I'm saying? Devon says the Nigels is the next one that's gonna distract the masses. I see the rollout they're trying to do for those fire red 4s for him, right? I see Jeezy has actually stepped up on the promotional campaign of those as well. It is a fire shoe. I feel like it is going to make some noise. But at the same time, I'm truly not all the way in. Like, I want a pair, but I'm not going to say I'm all the way in for, hey, I'm going on the resale market to see if I can cop a pair type of thing, right? Okay. So, I mean, they're a good runner-up. I'll say this. I still think there is a lot of potential and stuff and room to grow, right? For the Nigels, in my opinion, right? Big Money says, so I saw those rows that grew through the concrete, and they actually are really nice in hand. That being said, Nike dropped the ball on them. They should have put some Tupac influence on them. I mean, to do that, meaning they would have to probably get in touch with Tupac Estate, right? Which is probably easier said than done because that Tupac name himself is a brand. No matter how you slice it and dice it, you put some Tupac influence on there and it goes viral. And then now, hey, the estate is going to be looking like, hey, yeah, cool. Can we get our cut? And, you know, we've seen this time and time again with music where people use samples and don't really get it cleared. And then now you got a lawsuit saying, hey, I need my cut. Because reality is, you know the saying is going to be simple. And this is all they're going to have to bring to court. Hey, this shit wouldn't exist if he didn't exist. And then it's kind of one of those, valid point type of situations, right? Devon says, it's a white shoe. I don't think it's going to make noise. True. I think it'll make a little bit, though. Just a little bit. I think if they drop it right in the time of, like, the beginning of summer, I think it'll be a good summer shoe to roll out. I think it'll be a good summer shoe, respectively. But I'm not going to say it's going to be, like, break the sneaker world, right? Let's just keep it 100. It's going to make a little bit of noise, though. A little bit. It's going to make some noise, yeah. It's a white shoe. I think it'll make a little bit. Nothing too crazy, though. Big Money says, Yo Divine knows Bike Fire Red Force already going for 500. What you think they'll be once they release? I think they'll be less than 500 after the release. If they roll it out right and make enough available, it'll probably drop to like a $300, $400 resale market shoe, in my opinion. No, there's really no right or wrong answer. He says the white metallic 5s are likely to sit because it's a white shoe. I'm not impressed with them. I wasn't even really excited about the metallic 5s we got before. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, the last one I really went crazy for was the black joints. You know what I'm saying? The Reimagine. You know what I'm saying? But after that, those, what was it? The Wolf Grays we had? Was it the Wolf Gray joints we had? Like, I know people went crazy for those, but I didn't even go crazy for those. You know what I'm saying? But the white metallic 5s, yeah, with it being all white, it's always a risk. You know what I'm saying? It's a gray area. That happened to me with when we had the Great 5s, right? The Great 5s was an all-over white shoe. I didn't do it, man. And I had them before. I had them and sold them. I wasn't rocking them like that. It was a little too much white. And I'm the guy that loves all-white Air Force Ones, right? But for me, I just couldn't do it, respectively. You know what I mean? Where we at real quick? Where we at? Devon says, people are tired of the extra BS you have to do to cop Nigels. Hey, you're preaching to the choir. I tried, but I'm not doing that like, meet me here and let me see you do a BMX trick to see you cop the shoe. Like, hell no. I'm not a BMX rider, dog. You know, I can ride a bike, pause. But you know what I'm saying? And maybe, you know, and this is going to be a lot of pauses here, but I can do some tricks on a BMX, right? But hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that or go on a scavenger hunt to find the motherfucker. Look, man, respectively, I got to go to work, dog. Right? I got to go to work. I don't think my job wants me fucking around on a scavenger hunt up in New York City when I need to be you know, man, no disrespect, dog. I'm good. The extra you're right. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? Let's see, Devon says, big money, in my own opinion, it might go between $325 to $450 price range. I can see that. Big Money says, man, the only pair I will pay resale for are those Ben 3s coming out in June. I need them joints, just saying. Okay, I respect it big time. Let's see, Big Money Sonny says, man, I'm too old to be on a BMX bike. Ain't no way in the hell you gonna see this old man on a BMX. This is a thing, dog. It's like they talking about some pull up and then do a bar spin or do like a fucking bunny hop, dog. Like, I'm pretty sure I could do one, but hell, fuck around, hurt yourself trying to win some shoes. Or what was the last one? They had the people do the what's that shit called? The that machine where you put, well, I don't think they had them put money in it, but you actually had to use a little like joint to see if you can get the claw to actually grab the sneaker. And I think it was like after a certain amount of people, they cut it off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing that either. No, fuck no. And then they said there's so many people in line. Hell, you may not even get a chance. You could just be waiting in line for no fucking reason. Respectfully, no thank you. I'm trying to keep it G for YouTube, but no thank you, sir. No thank you at all, right? Anyway, man, let me get started on tonight's topics real quick. I'm only going to be join for like another 30 minutes, so I want to make sure I hit all 3 topics real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, which overall this Monday looks like it's going to be kind of quiet, which I'm not really mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? Save a little bit in the piggy bank. You know what I'm saying? Sharing my screen here. Y'all let me know if audio and visuals is looking good. Boom, should be seeing that. So Complex killed Soul Collector to launch complex bets, right? Okay, so this was posted April 3rd, so not too long ago. So here are some quick facts real quick. It says Complex announced Complex Bets, a partnership with the Fantastics to cover sports betting and tracking content. So interesting. So now they're going to get a part of the betting world? I didn't know that. I'm very curious how this is going to work. It says, at the announcement, the Soul Collector social media accounts were converted to Complex Bets accounts. Interesting. It says online reactions were negative, but former Soul Collector employee Nick Eagle secured soulcollector.org to retrieve the OG forums and blogs. So RP to Soul Collector from 2003 to 2026. So they had a run, right? But let's see what they're going right here. I'm not going to play this video right here, the history of the Soul Collector of Complex. I'm not going to do that, but it makes me think of the show Full Size Run, which I feel like, in a sense, was a good show. One of the things where I feel like they could have had Trinidad, they should have took more, respect for Trinidad James's like sneaker knowledge and or style and what he brings to the table. I feel like I would have liked to see him still working over there in some way, shape, or form. He brought flavor to Complex, if you ask me, right? Devon says the claw. Yeah, exactly. That claw joint. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. Sucks. And anytime I've ever tried as a kid, even if I got spotted in on the monies, right, and they would pick the joint up, it would sometimes drop it. Yeah, no, thank you. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm good. But let's read this real quick. It says, in decades past, there were only a few places to get information on sneakers online. And one of those original hotspots was Soul Collector. Many of the industry titans we know today were scoring the SC forums in 2000s, which that's pretty much Soul Collector's forums, 2000 and 2010s. But today, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of places to get your news. Instagram places, Discord groups, hint, hint, right here, right? X accounts, and of the course, blogs like the one I just named a few. Unfortunately, if you want to go down a nostalgia trip, Soul Collector is no more. Thanks to Complex's latest and ever Complex Bets. So I'm very curious how this is going to work. You know what I'm saying? I know I said that already, but this is very interesting to see they're doing something like this. Where we at? Devon says, Trinidad James should start his own sneaker pod. He definitely should. I think he has the right connections and the people to do it. You know what I'm saying? King Midas in the building says smash that like button. But I agree with you, Divine. I think he's got the channels and the means to do it. He's definitely has his own style and uniqueness to make it stand out. You know what I mean? If anything, what they should have did, once Brandon Dunn got up off of the little podcast joint they have, not little, but after he got up off the podcast and they replaced it with Old Buddy, that should have went to Trinidad James, in my opinion. That should have been Matt Walty, Trinidad James, and then Joe LaPuma. That would have been a nice addition to have him on there, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been great. It says, Soul Collector's history at Complex. It says, let's backtrack a bit and provide some context. Soul Collector was bought by Complex in 2013, and over the last decade, the Complex sneakers arm of the company has become the priority focus for sneaker content from the brand. Says there were still programs from the Soul Collector's wing, like the YouTube show Full Size Run, but in 2023, the forums disappeared as the Soul Collectors forwarded us to Complex. So yeah, Full Size Run was one of my shows where, to be honest, I actually would like to sit through and watch the joint, right? Respectively. Let's see. Devon says, Walty and Trinidad James had good chemistry. I completely agree. And Big Money Son says, oh yeah, y'all posted this in the Discord. Facts. He says, yeah, Divine, facts. So yeah, it says, still, Soul Collector lived on the via social media with Instagram page, often cross-posting with the Complex Sneakers account and sharing sneaker content on its own occasionally. It was in a shell of its former self. But this week, Complex officially killed off Soul Collector when it announced Complex Bets. So interesting, right? So what the hell is Complex Bets, right? It says, And this is one person that says, I just unfollowed it and look, the posts are protected. So interesting. So these posts are protected. They just kind of did some changing to this right here. Suit up and get ready, lock in. So they're trying to make some changes, basically renaming an account that once was something else. So they don't really, well, they may lose some following, but you got followers already. You're not really kind of starting from scratch, right? And then we're going to have the people right here. Looks like Jaku Slade has something to say right here. The old switcheroo joint on Twitter/X. So I'll be playing this too. So fair use. Hopefully he doesn't say anything to me or do anything, because I mean, some of these, and I'm not saying him, but just in general, sometimes these, like, other people are really hesitant on you using their content, even if you're just reacting to it. But it says Complex Bets is a partnership, and this is what it is right here, right? Okay, I see. Big Money says Complex Bets, is it a gambling business? This is what they got right here, Big Money. This is what we got. It says Complex Bets is a partnership with Fanatics, right? Okay, yeah, which Sporting's book and Fanatics market to create a sports betting and trading content platform that, according to their own press release, is designed to connect sports, culture, and fandom through interactive storytelling and original programming. That still didn't tell me shit, right? Fair use for sure. Definitely going to be saying that here. It says basically Complex Bets will start to cover predictive marketing and sports betting through specialized content, and instead of growing the user base organically, Complex used the old Soul Collector socials that had millions of followers on Instagram and X to kickstart the new and ever. That was kind of a cheat code. It's just like me, right? And people do this all the time, right? Say like I get tired of doing sneaker YouTube, I'm not gonna post no more, but I got not necessarily a big following compared to some of these other guys, but I got a nice little small following that, hey, coming from a person who's starting from zero, right? I sell it to them, and not saying this, they already bought it out, but basically I give somebody else my account, they get the password and stuff and change it up, and they change the name and this and the third. You know what I'm saying? That's something they can do, but it still didn't really kind of explain what it is, but we're going to see what Jaku Slay is saying on X here just a second. Let's see. Big Money Sonny says, man, fuck out of here, Complex. I still got my 80-year-old bookie in Brooklyn. Salutes. All right. Cool. Let's see what we got here. Fair use on this one. Let me see if I can play this. Y'all bear with the kid. Let me see if I can play this joint real quick. Fair use. Got to say it for the people in the back. Fair use. Hold up. Got the audio part right there. It was muted. Let's try this again. Let's go.
Yo, quick PSA to all of my sneakerhead and sneakerhead adjacent friends. If you were following the @Soul Collector handle, go unfollow it now. Well, technically you can't unfollow it because Complex pulled a switcheroo.
So he's telling them to go unfollow it, but he says technically you can't unfollow it because of how they got the account right now. Wow, they're not even letting people leave. They might have to pull the Pooh Shiesty joint. Oh, I'm not leaving? Hey, yo, hand me that.
On you, and now you're following Complex Bets. So unless you want to follow Complex Bets, go unfollow them because it's formerly the Soul Collector account. It's leaving a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, honestly.
So he feels some type of way, which is kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? I get it if they're going to be doing a new and ever, but my thing is this. If I feel like this, Complex them have, well, I ain't count nobody pockets and I don't know what they got. And I feel like this was just like a cheat code, just kind of like Jaku Slay is saying, right? My thing is this, start one from scratch and then just let it grow. And even if you don't let it grow organically, you can boost and pay extra to get your channel in front of millions of people or thousands of people to, and you got the following where you can advertise it where let people make up their own mind. You know what I mean? Don't force me into something because what I was originally following is not a thing anymore. Just kill off the account, But I get it. Let's see. Big Money Sonny's laughing at Polo. Let's see. Big Money says, "Nah, that's bad business by Complex." Yeah, it wasn't the smooth. It wasn't the. I'm assuming they didn't think we would notice, right? You know what I'm saying? Average Joe Shoes in there says, "Evening, sir. Salutes. What up, Average Joe? What up? Let's see. Big Money says, "Salutes, Average Joe." Most definitely. So let's watch the rest of this real quick. Where's my mouse? Right here. Let's see.
And I love the folks over at Complex. Those are some of my people. But unless you want to follow Complex Bets, I would recommend going there and unfollowing them. I just took a look at the account, and over 800 of the people that I follow are now following that account. And I don't believe 800 of you elected to follow.
What he's saying basically, it's basically like I said, all they did was change the name to an account that already existed, already had a following, right? And probably a lot of people probably didn't even know this, right? And honestly, as you can see where I'm getting this from, I'm not getting this from Complex. I'm getting this from Soul Retriever, which they got their own thing going on too. But I bet I looked down Complex to get ready for the live today. This is not on there. You know what I'm saying?
That account. My
Which no surprise to you guys, I'm sure.
recommendation is that you go and follow it because this just feels a little bit shady, if I'm being honest. Yeah, actually, it is shady. Okay, if you don't
He says it feeling kind of shady. You ain't been calling me baby. Pause, bro.
know anything about Soul Collector and this is your first time hearing about it, check out this article by my boy Nick Ingvall. It speaks to the side. He used to work there, him and guys like Nick DePaula and a couple of other guys that I know, and it really tells you why this site is so important and
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind checking it out to see why it is like considered the most important thing.
why that handle was so important and why this feels like such a betrayal.
Okay, so he's saying he feels betrayed. Okay, I can see that. So let's keep going on the article real quick. So people aren't really kind of happy about it. It says, after the sneaker community was made aware of what happened to the beloved legacy media brand, people began to sound off online, and just as quickly as posts on X were being fired off, Complex Bets went private. So they didn't want to handle the backlash. Some people can't handle the backlash, dog. It says potential rival of Soul Collector, right? It says the sneaker community lost its home today. So this is one of those articles that was posted up that he was talking about by Nick Ingvall. So yeah, he's been posted on the blog on Soul Collector. So it says, luckily, one of the Soul Collector's former employees, Nick Elgel, acquired the domain soulcollector.org. So he's acquired that where he can still create the site on that. He can create a website under that brand. You know what I'm saying? So he can make a link to that and still kind of keep it alive. But obviously he's going to have to do it. You know, he's going to have to get his own team, you know? And Complex in general, respectively, have always been doing some shady stuff. I mean, when I found out that a lot of people was getting paid from Complex and then a lot of those guys got dropped, you know, that's when it all, you never know until, you know, stuff ain't as sweet anymore. And then people got to come out and speak. And I'll leave it right there. I don't want to throw any names or people up under the bus. But let's just say that really kind of caught me off guard. But I get it. You know, I see both sides. Big Money says, I know Nick actually met him years ago. Cool dude. That's what's up. That's what's up. It says, so he has a domain, soulcollector.org, with plans to revive the platform. He says, I bought soulcollector.org and I'm turning it into a real community hub for the people who were there in those forum days and for the new generation of sneakerheads who never got to experience what it felt like. That's what's up, dog. It kind of makes me think of those days. What was it? Like, where we Nike Talk, right? Remember Nike Talk? Like, that was a link where you could actually go. There was like, it basically was the modern day, like, or I'll say this, it was basically a back in the day, pretty much. Well, now everybody has pretty much their own like Discord, right? But it was kind of like a Discord before the Discord. So I'm assuming he's going to do something similar to that, but obviously going to be a website. You're going to have to pay for it, you know. And not saying you have to pay for it, but he's going to have to spend a little bit of bread to keep the websites up. A lot of people think websites and stuff are free, not like they used to be. And if you are doing a free version, you only limit it to so much where eventually you're going to have to invest into the website. Even if you do a free version, you're still going to be limited. You know what I mean? Most of these are probably, and especially if you're doing like some form of like, if you're selling stuff on there, it's usually with a Shopify account type of thing. You know, it's kind of one of those, it's a big brand. But it says, Ingvall's blog post also mentions that they reached out to Complex and asked Joe LaPuma, Senior VP of Content Strategy at Complex, if Nick could continue the Soul Collector account. Says, I know the answer I wanted is probably buried somewhere in legal approvals and contractual language and conversations that won't happen quickly, if ever, but I thought it was worth a shot. Complex still plans to use the account, right? So he's not trying to, you know, he's not trying to go the pool route, right? Okay, he's actually, well, we don't know because technically, and again, y'all can tell I'm very excited because not Sunday, but Monday, I'm going to do Music Monday, all Pooh Shiesty, dog. Y'all know I got a lot to say. In fact, Monday, I'm going to try to bring the gang up on it as well. I'm going to try to, if Big Money Sonny and Devon, if you guys are available, I'm opening up the Discord, man. I don't even want to do that one alone, big dogs. But long story short, he didn't do where, hey, he's trying to like say like, hey, I want to go this route, but if he gets any pushback, let's see what he do to Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Which is not the right way to go about it. You're gonna have to go professionally, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Big Money Sonny says, if y'all remember years ago, Complex had a lawsuit brewing because they didn't pay their interns. Their interns were promised money if they were stuck around for 6 months. Complex ended up paying. So I don't remember that one, but I'm not surprised because let's just keep it 100, dog. I've heard that they've been having money issues out the wazoo for years. You know what I mean? They good, but looks like they've been trying to cut corners and take shortcuts for quite some time. Not just with the interns, but just with other people that they had up on there too, where a lot of people had got accustomed to that. But you know what they say, never get too comfortable. If I want to keep it 100, right, in my opinion, Whole Live is a legend. When the people stop getting paid, right, certain people, you notice a lot of content creators, and I'm not going to say who, but you notice, and across the platform, we're not just talking YouTube, we're talking Twitter, we're talking Instagram, right? You notice a lot of content creators, well, they don't really post sneaker content as much like they used to. Maybe they're back to doing it like the regular Joe Schmo guy like me, right? And I don't got nothing against none of those guys at all because they inspired me. So I don't want to see like there's any bad blood. Now at the time it may have been because I was like, what the fuck? But I get it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But a lot of those guys wasn't happy either, right? Big Money says, and Joe La Pluma, pun intended, Joe La Pluma, pun intended, is not a cool dude. Everyone on Full Size Run were good people though. Well, he's not on Full Size Run. He always had his own thing like sneaker shopping, and then he had the actual podcast. The actual like Full Size Run was Trinidad James, Matt Walty, and Brandon Dunn, right? So I don't think he was on there, right? I don't think he was one of the guys that was on there. I think it was just those three, and they always had a guest. Those guys were very chill. I haven't heard a lot of positive things about Joe La Puma either. Even when you see him at events, he literally tries to keep a low profile as though he's not even really there. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't know much about him other than what we see on the Go Sneaker Shopping thing, which, to be honest, those are not on the level of what they once was. I feel like, they've had some guests repeat, but at the same time, I feel like that wave is slowly fading too. You know what I mean? They're not getting... not everybody likes sneakers. Let's just keep it 100. And then you get some people you can tell that they're doing the show, but hell, they're not sneakerheads. And it's like, dog, I don't want to see you pick up some fucking New Balances and stuff like that. So they've had some good moments. So I don't want to sound like I'm hating. Let's see. Big Money says, I'm with it, Polo. Monday it is. Appreciate you, my good sir. But it says right now, the only way to view the content from Soul Collector online is by using the Wayback Machine, and the platform essentially buried now that Complex Bets has removed all the traces of Soul Collector on social. Now it's a good time as any to go down the memory lane. So to find the Soul Collector information, you're going to go down the rabbit hole to find some of this stuff. But to be honest, man, I don't like how they move with this one. This was a great platform that a lot of people who know about this, and a lot of the newer sneaker, because think about it, there's a lot of people that even find me and they're like, hey, yo, I'm technically new to this sneaker shit, and they won't even get to experience Soul Collector. So, I mean, I would hope we can find a way to figure this out, man. So let's transition on to the next topic real quick, get the party started on this one, because I'll be on this one for like another 15, but very interesting. But it says, where we at real quick, China remains the dominant U.S. shoe supplier, but the gap is narrowing. So it says, per data from the U.S. International Trade Commission, China remained the dominant shoe supplier to the U.S. in 2025, followed by Vietnam, Indonesia, and Cambodia and India. Now, a lot of my Nike sneakers do say made in China or made in Vietnam. I got some that say made in Indonesia as well. A lot of like my Nike SBs say Indonesia, right? Okay, so again, most of your shoes are not made here. And if I had to guess, that's because of the cost point. But now with all these tariffs and stuff like that, those price points are now kind of not the same. You know what I'm saying? Big Money says, where we at? Am I crazy, Polo, or did you start the live stream early, or do you always start Saturdays around this time? I thought I'm old, man. So, short answer, yes. But, on Saturdays, I do start it a little early. I do start it from 6 to 7. So 6 EST time, right? I know you out in Cali, big dog. But yeah, I do 6 to 7 EST on Saturday, just so I can have a little bit of, some downtime to myself too. On Mondays and Wednesdays, it's 7 EST to 8 EST, mainly because when I get home, I got to get set up for the live. I work a full-time job, you know what I mean? But yeah, Saturdays, I go an hour earlier than what I do through the week. So yes, you're not crazy. You notice that I did start a little early as well. Hope everybody will respect that and appreciate that. But I'm gonna be active in the Discord too. But yeah, I started a little early. Yes, sir, I did. But it says, despite all the furor around the tariff impact, China was still the dominant footwear supplier to the U.S. last year. The Footwear Distributors and Retailers Association sifted through data for the U.S. International Trade Commission that showed China imported 964 million pairs of to the U.S. in 2025. Dollars in volumes import shares fell to 35-year lows, and while the average landed cost relative to the world cost slid to 34-year low. It says since 2010, China continues to shed the market share to the other countries, but it seems to be picking up speed. FDRA CEO Matt Priest, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, said it's the lowest level we've seen over the China volume and the volume in the last 35 years. And let's just keep it 100. It's a low volume because, hell, it's costing more to get the product from China to here, right? And keep in mind, we don't think about this. If it feels like we've been getting less drops than what we normally been getting, that's because we have. You know what I'm saying? We got some changes going through the joint. I see you, Manny with the kicks. He says, Europe, what up, Manny's? What's good? What's good? Let's see. Priest added that other countries in the top 10 saw gains in the increase of their footwear shipments to the U.S. He noted that the tariffs were, that's what I'm saying. The U.S. is thinking, think about this. Nike, I'm like, okay, cool. We still got to get our product made, but it's cost, because we have issues going on, right? And I'm not here to talk politics, but let's just keep it simple. Because we have tariffs set in place and other places have took deals, and I don't think China them have, then yeah, Nike them are trying to find other ways to get their product routed over here at a cheaper price. You know what I mean? Big Money Sonny says, Manolo. But yeah, so I get it. They're trying to find different routes for it. But where we keep going real quick, it says, he noted that the tariffs were a big factor. I told you. Acted as the accelerant to the move over of China. While China has become more price competitive for shoes, Priest said that the shoe firms are cutting back because they were spooked over the fears that the tariffs could climb back up to 45% again. I think they're technically on pause, but hey, while it's pausing, what it seems like, and I'm not just picking on Nike, but other shoe brands and stuff that get their product made over there, what I'm assuming what they're probably thinking is like, yo, while we got the time, let's, the word right here, here's the word I'm going to use on you guys. Pay attention. Let's pivot, because we still want to get our stuff made, but we're going to have to pivot and find a different route to get our stuff over here. So honestly, it's simple. Let's just keep it 100. And this is going back to business mindset. Nike and or any other brand, they want to get their product made good quality, but at the lowest possible rate they can, and then sell us, they're going to sell it to us like what, 2-4 times the price anyway. So hell, if it's costing them if it was costing them $20-$30 to make a Jordan sneaker, and then it goes up to $50-$60, where it's like, well, damn, yeah, we're still making product because we're selling a Jordan at $100, but I mean, we feeling it though. I don't want to feel it like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Manuel Kick says, Sonny, the Plug, and Divine salutes, got the 100 and got the strong arm, and I believe that is the Statue of Liberty joint. So we're going to keep going real quick. It says, they don't want to go through what they went through the last few years. So even if China is more price competitive, they don't necessarily mean companies are going to centralize and go back into China and sources a bunch of the product. The FDRA CEO said, holding steady for the positions 2 through 7 were the Vietnam, Indonesia, and Cambodian, and India, and Mexico, and Italy to round out the top 7 spots. Vietnam shipped 574 million pairs of shoes, with the shipments to the U.S. climbing for 23 of the last 25 years. So keep in mind, we had 900 something still come from China. They're still going. We had 900 million something products from China come over here, but they're using other routes a little bit more than average. You know what I'm saying? It says the average landed cost of the Vietnam climbed at 24-year high of $21.17 a pair in 2025. So think about that. That's what Nike them, and not just Nike, but a lot of other these brands, like that's what they spend per pair of shoe. $21, but they sell it to us for like what, $205. But you also got to keep in mind, if not more. You got to keep in mind, they get it for that pair, but they buy a bulk, which you're probably spending, still thousands of dollars, and then you got to count the shipping and all that. It's still profitable for them. I get it, It says Indonesia shipped 194 million pairs of shoes last year to the U.S., a weak year for the lowered the average landed cost premium over the world cost to 26-year low. That in turn spurred record shipments and volumes to the U.S. in 2025. It says shoe shipments to the U.S. from Cambodia scored 50% to the record of 105 million pairs last year, as the average landed cost relative to the world cost fell to the 5-year low. India saw a record weakness last year, which cut the average landed cost premium over the world's cost to the lowest in decades. That helped to spur the record volume and port share to the U.S. last year to 37 million pairs. Says shipments to the U.S. from Mexico saw a little change in 21 million pairs to the average landed cost to the U.S. jumped to the record in 2025, which helped to offset the weaker per sale. So it says rounding out the top 7 in the ranking was Italy, which shipped 20 million pairs to the U.S., the number of shipments to the U.S. So again, they're using other means, right? But, China's still reigning supreme is what I got from all that, right? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Big Money Sonny says, it's all Trump's fault. Your words, not mine. I'm going to keep it moving. Big Money Sonny says, Polo, what you rock for the toe today, my boy? To be honest, dog, I stayed in the Yeezy slides all day, dog. I don't even think I stepped out on this beautiful day. Actually, I'm lying. I ran an errand. I actually went and got some food, but I didn't even I ain't put on, I just put the slides on by the door and boom, you know what I'm saying? And been just relaxing, dog. Just trying to get some of my time to myself back from just being so busy at work and what have you. But yeah, what about you? Manny Kick says, big facts, Sonny. Devon says, what's good, Manny? Big Money Sonny says, did we always get shoes from Cambodia? Yeah. Not a lot. Not often, I feel like, but yeah, not as much as we did from China is what I'm getting from it. Looks like we got Long Beach Joe Jess in the building, says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What's Gucci? What up? It says the rankings for the bottom 3 to round out the top 10 saw some shift, with the Bagdash moving up to the 8th spot from the number 10 in 2024. A chart from the FDRA indicated that the footwear shipments to the U.S. shot up 76% in 2025 to the near record, as the take-a decline. The resulted in the average landing cost premium over the world cost to fall to an 18-year low. Germany, number 8 in 2024, fell to number 9 last year. Says it shipped 60 million pairs to the U.S., even though the average landed cost rose to 12-year high. Men's, women's leather, and sandals all saw a record shipments to the U.S. 2025, the FDRA noted. So again, it's not just Nike that they're talking about here. You can think, when I think Germany, you got to think Adidas. They're probably getting stuff made over there and shipped over here too. So we got to throw those in the mix. You got to throw other brands that's also over here, right? Even though Nike them is the head honcho, right? And that's probably why still a bulk of it's still coming from China. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Big Money Selling says, you want to see ones for me today? It's hot as heck out here. Hit 90 today. I think we touched the 80s, but honestly, it's got a nice little wind blowing. It feels great. You know what I'm saying? I was able to move around just like this. Even some people be thinking like I'd be live with no shirt on, but I just be having my tank on, but it just looks like that. But somebody had hit me once before and like, you do your lines with no shirt on. I'm like, you don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And then if I go off, I'm the bad guy, right? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Devon says, I'm rocking Action Bronson 9060s. That's what's up. Let's see where we at. Big Money Sonny says, I love that Divine. Salutes. Big Money says salutes to Long Beach. And let's see. Menard Kick says Joe Jet salutes with a strong arm. And Divine says New York has been up and down in weather. We have too. It was just a little chilly throughout the week. Then we had a little bit of rain, and now it feels like Summertime. Just sit back and unwind. Yeah, summertime. But let me get back to this article real quick. It says, rounding out the top 10 is the Thailand moving up one spot from number 11 in 2024. Footwear shipments to the U.S. totaled 14 million pairs, representing a 42% increase and a 17-year high that despite the rising of the highest since 2021, right? And here's the part that everybody's kind of been covering here, right here, and then we'll get ready to talk upcoming sneaker releases on this point right here. It says, according to the FDRA CEO, Brazil was in the 9th spot in 2024, but fell down to the 11th position in 2025. That's not surprising, he said, due to the higher tariffs. And there you go right there. I knew it was tariffs, right? I knew tariffs was going to somewhere come into this article. For most of 2025, Brazil, a key trading partner, ranked among the top 20 at the among number 16, had the 50% tariff rate, 40% imposed, and on top of an existing 10% tariffs for the significant portion of 2025. Shoe manufacturers started in 2025 noting that knowing that tariffs were likely on the way. Now that a new sheriff, U.S. President Donald Trump, was in town for the second time, what they did not expect was the decision by Trump to impose radical tariffs on April 2nd, right? Okay, which, I mean, here we are. We're April 5th? April 4th. Yeah, so again, he's not wasting any time. I mean, to be honest, since the new administration's, dog, we've had nothing but, let's just keep it professional here, changes, in my opinion, feel like every week, you know, and that just comes with the game with a new administration, right? It says footwear firms responded by rejiggering their supply chains, basically finding other ways to get their product out with using other ways to get it made. At uncertainties over the expected tariff headwinds were front and center for the bulk of 2025. Last month, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the tariffs imposed by Trump were under IEEPA, which is International Emergency Economic Powers Act, were illegal. So that's my thing. Technically, what he did was illegal. Now, these companies have been paying these tariffs, and we've covered this as well. They've been paying these tariffs the whole entire time. They're supposed to get their money back, but I'm very curious when they get it back. But you know, your boy Trump, he wasted no time and went on and just did a different version, right? It says, only to see a new 15% tariff imposed under Section 122 of the Trade Act, right? So he got, hey, cool. They fought it. They won, and then he's like, all right, well, fuck it. We'll do this tariff instead, right? See a new 15% tariff imposed under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974 that runs through July 24, right? So again, the joint started, April 2nd? So it's got to go all the way to July 24th. So these companies are doing what they got to do. And to be honest, let's just keep it 100. We've seen drops, but think about this. What did I tell y'all about the month of April, right? Think about it. We have the new tariffs that started from April 2nd to July, 22nd, it said, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to go all the way. No, July 24th, right? Okay. April's a quiet month. And I wouldn't be surprised if May is too. You know what I'm saying? There's some things going on legally that has to be handled that these companies, you know, they are in business. And at the end of the day, it's they don't want to spend no more than they have to get the damn product. You know, especially if, to be fair, on their side, if what's going on has technically been ruled illegal, and then you're finding other loopholes to charge us anyway. You know what I mean? Where we at real quick? Let me hit the chat. Let's see. Ramon says, it could be sunny for first part of the day, and then the evening it's cloudy. Got you. That's how it is in the DMV. Let's see. Big Money Sonny says, yo, Polo, reading is fundamental and never watching your videos ever again. Hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody, big dog. You know what I'm saying? It says, man, F that. It never rains in Southern California. I bet it doesn't. Never rains in. Yeah, I know that song. It says, and I'm going to read out the last little part of this, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then we'll wrap things up for the night. I'll probably do the other topic probably on Wednesday. Just want to make sure I stay within that hour mark if you guys don't mind. But it says, And just to start, the new Section 301 investigations were launched by the U.S. Trade Representative this month, representing the next phase of the tariff actions that target two areas: excess production and capacity enforced labor. So that pretty much covers this article right here. So two of them we just covered. Pretty much China remains the dominant U.S. shoe supplier, but the gap is narrowing. And to be honest, what I got from it, they're just doing some shifting. And then we also covered Complex killed off Soul Collector to launch Complex Bets, but seems like a lot of people are not really too happy about that. So for the people that did spoke out about that, I would like to see Soul Collector revived for sure. You know what I'm saying? If possible. A little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, and then we'll wrap things up before the night. Let's see. Devon says, trolls love saying anything. It's true. And you notice, like, I respond. Not many of them really even respond back. And then some of them will respond and be like, dog, chill. I was just trolling. I'm like, dog, what the fuck? You know, it is what it is, man. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even let it get underneath my skin. Honestly, it's really entertaining to me. You know what I mean? It's funny. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases. I have the sneakers app open. I'll see if I can actually pull it up on my phone, pull it up on the stream for you guys as well. Let me see if I can go to Nikes, Nikes.coms, Nikes. Let me see if I can go there real quick, because I think I can get the launch calendar on their website. And let's see what's up. Let's go men's. We're going to go. I'm mad that Nike Skims has their own section in here, but I'll leave that alone for another day. But I want to see, there we go, sneakers launch calendar. Splatter that. And I'm going to share my screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking for that was on my phone right here. Boom, right here, right? April 7th, we have a collab with Eric Emanuel. That's going to be the Converse Weapon and then the Converse Chuck 70. Looks like Nike's not giving up on Converse, though, because keep in mind we've been hearing rumors that they want to sell them off. But April 9th, they have the Air Force One, and this looks like a pretty much a, like, I guess you could say like a patent leather collab, right? If I want to just say that right there, there's three different ones. Everybody's kind of been going crazy over this yellow pair here because Travis has been seeing rocking these right here. Travis has been seeing rocking these gold pair. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? I like all three of them. Y'all know me, I'm a sucker for Air Force One in general. I like this actual Team Red colorway too. And then this metallic navy colorway, not bad. Retail only though. Retail only. I wouldn't pay resale. Then they got like a stadium green, laser orange. These don't look bad either. I guarantee you if this had like some type of collab attached to it, people would go crazy for it, right? But yeah, these right here, I think Travis were actually in these. I don't know if I can actually find a picture of him rocking them. Let me see real quick. Just for the people in the back that, you know, we're going crazy over these. But this yellow pair, let's see. Let me see if I can put this in here and just say Travis Scott-ish. Real quick. Y'all bear with the kid. Travis. That did not copy and paste like I wanted it to. Let me do it all over again. Like, oh my gosh. Right? Okay. Let me do this real quick. Boom. Try again. Got it. I'm going to see Travis Scott. Let's see. Splatter that. See if we can get it right here. Boom. Go images. I think we've seen them. Yeah. Here we go right here. This is joint right here. I think we've seen people floating around right here. Let me share my screen on this one again. Splatter that. This is why people are these are probably going to be a problem. Travis seen rocking these right here. This is him getting into the whip. I think, boom, right here. Travis Scott wearing these right here. This is the image right here. You guys should be seeing it up on the screen. Again, I think it's a dope shoe, but I think he's adding a little extra sauce to it. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So this is the fit he had with it. You know what I'm saying? For the Travis stands, you know, they're really, really liking this. So again, a lot of people are probably going to be paying attention to this just because he's been rocking them, right? Okay. But yeah, don't hate him. I don't hate him. Like I said, I don't hate him right here. We'll go back to the launch calendar real quick. So that's coming April 9th. And then we have this one. This may be my first ever like Ja Morant like shoe. He has a Jurassic Park theme. He has this one, I think is called the Explorer. The more like this one right here. Yeah, this is supposed to be the Explorer version, the Ja 3 Explorer, but it's Jurassic Park theme. I actually kind of like this. And then the black pair, I believe they're calling this one, let me see, the Raptor. Yeah, I actually like these. I want to see if I can get a pair for the gym at $135. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad sneaker. So those are coming April 10th. And then the Jordan 1s, these are going to just be like some, the Flight Club joints. not really impressed. And then, yeah, April 13th, looks like we got some Kobe's, the 11 Pro Trolls coming as well. Don't hate them. So pretty much that's all we got up on there for upcoming sneaker releases. I probably could load a little more here just for the rest of the month. We kind of already covered that. Looks like we do have a collab with Somtom, and then that's like a skate shop overseas, if I'm not mistaken. And then Air Jordan 11 Low is going to be coming as well, April 18th, and then we'll push it on right into May. So not too much in April to keep it 100. Let me put myself back on the main screen. Yep, right there, boom. Let me touch the chat, then we'll wrap this thing up here for the night. Let's see, Devon says, nothing in April. Says the 11 Pro Trolls will probably sell out, most likely, in all black shoe. I can see that. Yeah, April's going to be a quiet month unless we get like a shock drop or something, but who knows. But other than that, man, I've been on the joint for like an hour and 6 minutes. Let's go and wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love and being active in the chat. As always, it really means a lot to me for sure. I'll be like live again on Monday with Music Monday. Y'all know what I'm talking on Music Monday, dog. Music Monday, Mr. Shiesty, Pooh, right? Hey, we got a lot to talk about, packed and unpolled. I'm going to start the stream at 7. Try to get you guys up on the stream. I'm going to open up the Discord, open up the live stage. Y'all come in if y'all can, and then just work with the kid on that one because, yeah, you know, honestly, I want to get you guys 2 cents on it, which we've kind of already been talking about it, but I'm assuming, right, with all this speculation, the internet is going nuts right now. So we're going to let it ponder. More information to come for sure. So Music Mondays, I plan for that to be a good one. Other than that, I'll be back live again on Monday. Y'all sign up for the Sold Out Discord. The link should be pinned in the chat. Of course, you know, it's free to sign up, or of course we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. Pretty much if I do not get the content out in time, we're most likely already topping it up in there. I'll see you guys again on Monday, and obviously more content on the way. I'll definitely smash that like button, sub up. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and I will see you guys on Monday with Music Monday. And yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
I don't feel bad when I'm high. I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.